Chad Ryan Desoto. Mr. Desoto? Yes, sir. Thank you.
21-year-old Chad Ryan Desoto walked into the Superior Court this afternoon, handcuffed and escorted by 2 marshals. Japanese media filled the courtroom to document the arraignment hearing while Desoto's mother and other family members sat in the front row, holding back tears as they watched him plead not guilty to charges of aggravated murder and attempted aggravated murder. Public defender Eric Miller stood by Desoto's side, entering his client's plea.
This time, Your Honor, we will waive the reading of the indictment, enter a plea of not guilty by reason of mental illness, disease, or defect, demand all the discovery we're entitled to by law, including locks and monuments, grand jury proceedings on a disc. We're demanding a jury of 12 in this matter, and we are waiving our right to a speedy trial.
Desoto is accused of driving onto the sidewalk in Tumon near the Sandcastle earlier this month at a high rate of speed, hitting 6 pedestrians and then crashing into the ABC store, getting out and stabbing 8 people. 3 people died and 11 others were treated at the Guam Memorial Hospital for their injuries. Magistrate Judge Alberto Tolentino ordered that the grand jury proceedings be put on a disc and given to the parties and granted the defense's request for all discovery or documents related to the case.
What the court is going to do is the court is going to order that a psychological evaluation be performed within 10 days of receipt of this order.
KUAM News has learned that Desoto was the last of the defendants to be escorted into the courtroom today, originally without handcuffs, but it's what happened just minutes before his appearance before the judge that had marshals running into the hallway. Deputy Marshal Ted Padua says instead of walking into the courtroom, Desoto attempted to flee into an open elevator. Padua says the judge wanted all of the defendants to be treated fairly, and so Desoto, like all of the other defendants who appeared for an arraignment this afternoon, was allowed to walk freely into the courtroom without handcuffs. But when Desoto fled to the elevator, marshals reacted, handcuffing him and bringing him into the court. Padua says he asked Desoto why he fled, and he says the defendant answered anxiety. Desoto continues to be held in his own cell at the Manilao compound under close supervision of DEPCOR's clinical psychologist, Dr. Andrea Lighthizer. He will undergo a psychological evaluation in the next 10 days, and a report will then be submitted to the court. As we reported, KUAM sources have told us that Desoto's toxicology test results revealed negative findings for any illegal substances. His next court appearance, a criminal trial setting, is scheduled for March 20th before Superior Court Judge Anita Sokola. Meanwhile, at the request of the government, the judge granted a request to dismiss count 9 of the attempted aggravated murder charge against Desoto. Attorney General's office spokesperson Carlina Charfer is telling KUAM that one of the counts was removed because a victim's name had been duplicated. Following today's hearing, international media swarmed the family as they left the courthouse, but they declined to make any comment. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Mindy Egan.